My logic on not going there earlier, by the way, if you wanna know why. I mean, why I didn't went earlier, it makes sense. Why I didn't went later, makes sense. Why I didn't went earlier, it doesn't matter. I mean, you would see an image on the picture on a computer screen. It's easy to identify that later. It don't have a timestamp on that. It don't have a time frame on that. We're gonna see not the timestamp, you get something later. Fucking hell. Why, you saw how much I cried for her before? You saw how much I cried for her? Okay, composure. What I want you to say what you think. One, how little I know about the crimes and how little I understand the crimes as they go. So all I saw was someone in the area she usually is, and I don't even know that was not the intention. Mind you, maybe they just didn't find her. What I'm saying is, but I'm not saying there was intention. What I'm saying is, you see that happening, and much of the interactions I had going in also goes to do with this, because I mean, quite the fucking chances. And I don't think he knew, because I don't know if it happened, it was intended to happen, premeditated or not, but keep that in mind. And for everything, as I was saying in the videos and all this, that's everything. That's why she has to go with me every day. That's why all of that. I mean, what would you expect? I see some criminals there that take a piss on a place because you know how hubris and arrogant they are, right? I mean, who the fuck even goes there to take a piss in some woods that clearly belong to church or something, right? I mean, if you say what you want about me, I pin a public pole, which is a light pole that is paved by the street and doesn't harm anyone necessarily. The setting doesn't destroy any property individually. If a guy just passing by will propose to pee, you know, coke comes place like that, or in some random woods that clearly belong to a person as a commodity, like he sells this. The frustratives on me, which are notes on the file, there's this child imitating the noise she makes, or in a way, just yelling or making noises, and then I search for her. The frustratives on me, the frustratives on me the entire time. Then I just walk around, and look for her more than I ever did, because I can testify to you that say from the first days when she was in the front, every time around this time she would come to me because she wants food. Voila, the other cats, right? Exactly for the same reason you're seeing them there. And then at the same time, I just don't see her, and she doesn't show up, and she's going any of the places, and she doesn't come up, and what would you think? Again, a simple question on relation to whatever you see masturbators in this crime. What would you do? And besides, what did I do? Reported on that because I thought that was happening. I know how important in timing these things are. As you witnessed yesterday and the other days, noting the things as they happened before is crucial to understand the future crimes. So that's why I did. And I'm showing that to you. Now, she's still not here, but I'm quite sure that she's somewhere, because I just saw her. Unless that was an actual hallucination. It would be the first one in my entire life when I would see something like that. The other closest thing to that I had, because of the drugs on me, was the ground moving a little bit. But even then, it's not like moving as if I'm going to step on it, I'm going to move. But it's like those straps on the ground. They were like cross straps for boards and pieces. And this one, it was as if the lines itself were moving slightly. This one that happened in Argentina was in the subway station. The flooring had those lines in it, and I think they even designed to cause this impression. But in my case, I actually saw them slightly moving, which is the closest I had to it. They threw a lot of drugs from the subway on me in Buenos Aires. Oh yeah, and don't forget, this place is not a single noise coming from it. That place is not a single noise coming from it. It's the first day we see some criminals coming here, try to do some harm to her. You see all of that happening at the same time as they threw large sedatives on me, so presumably so I wouldn't react or do anything, or even them, for the cats, as I said, for they to feel more vulnerable. And you have a criminal, in hindsight, especially with this happening, Hey, I just talked to you about it. Why you being mean to him? I was just talking to her that she needs your help because God knows how difficult it is. That you just saw, that is the reason. As a matter of fact, that's a mark of piss. Literally right there. Again, who does that? I mean, you say it's kind of filthy to pee in a pool, and you understand my situation is a bit more in context. Not just because of a homeless person, because they threw that thing on me, but most importantly because when I went to the bathroom over there on across the street, they looked inside the bathroom as I was using it. So, different context, right? But which passing person prefers to pull in someone's property or to piss in the woods than that? I think that was designed on purpose. Well, one thing's for sure, this is 100% on purpose. It's either to make me think that they were doing it, or to actually prepare to do it, or to show to you. Which, once again, I don't know if the intended effect plays out, because the intended effect might not have been there, but the factual effect is, you can see why every single concern I have is founded. You can see why carrying her with me every day to the mall, you see why carrying her every day, why going through that, which I told you, you hear me talking to her there, and I keep saying, hey, baby, I know you don't like to, but we don't have a choice. You see what goes through my mind. A day when they took my cat, it was not much different than that. It was literally this. In the morning, it was almost the same time, to be honest, about 10 something. My cat was between 10:25 and 10:40. And it was something like a weird crime happened on the prior day, exactly like this. We accepted that day was a death threat, and yesterday you saw whatever the fuck that weird crime that you saw was. And then as I'm slightly distracted, it is the case. As it turns out, the thing that I did say that apparently was true, and she was indeed as herself to them as she was to me, and the Lord may be merciful. Or maybe that was kind of a trap to be used. And now keep in mind, she's still not visible. Chip! I know that I saw her there, as I said, but I still want her here. She should be on the safe side because her dad is not entirely controlled. Chip! But again, I repeat what I just said. If ever comes a point and that is needed, and it might have just happened today, where she has to be like this to one of them, she needs to be like that. Boy, I hope you know what I mean by that. You know. Chip, come on.